Hello. Now, for a bit of fun and because I was bored, I thought I would ask AI to design what Alton Towers rides and attractions would look like if they were people or characters. So let's have a little look. I would just like to caveat very quickly, this is the first time I've used AI in any video. I have used AI for my logo and I've experimented with it on a couple of history of scripts before, but I've never actually used it or used those scripts because they weren't very good. So I thought, why not just use it for a bit of light-hearted fun and see what it comes up with. So let's get started. And the first one I asked it to do was Rita. So I think Rita looks pretty cool. I think the name of the coaster really works on the jacket. I think that looks great. And I like the fact that there's some track behind her, but it isn't red and it doesn't necessarily add to the character, but I really like the colouring and the theming. I think she looks great. She looks like she's got a bit of an attitude. She looks like a confident girl. So I think this one works pretty well. Moving on to the Smiler. This one made me laugh so much. I mean, that face is really funny, yet incredibly creepy. I mean, I could see this character in a Scarefest scare maze. I think it really fit in. I really like the fact that the inversions and the theming are represented in all of the swirls of the pattern on the sort of boiler suit, whatever it is. Again, Smiler's a little bit muscly. Smiler's been to the gym. But I think this one works really, really well. And I could definitely see this in a scare maze at the park for sure. Next one we've got, I have to say, might be my favourite. This is Wicker Man. It didn't need any explanation of who it was really, does it? Amazing. You've got the fire coming out of the hand, you've got the fire in the chest, in the heart, you've got the fire in the head, which really reminds me of the fire effects on Big Bob in the park. You've got the antlers, you've got the little symbols and skull hanging off of those. I just think this one looks amazing. And again, I can imagine that as part of the theming. So I think AI did a really good job here. We've got Oblivion. No idea why Oblivion is so muscly. And Oblivion seems to be wearing a helmet. We've got no recognisable face here, but I do love the fact that it's of course got the orange and black colours and the down arrows for, symbolising don't look down. I think this one looks really, really cool, but I personally don't picture Oblivion as being very, very muscly, especially not as having pecs that big. But yeah, I don't think we need to have Oblivion all the way across his pecs either. I just think it's being a bit too obvious. I mean, you'd know that was Oblivion, right? If I showed you that without it saying Oblivion on the front, but not too bad. And we have 13. Now, I personally would like to have seen 13 themed as like a younger female, as per the character and the voice relating to the ride and the branding itself. I don't think it needs 13 on the front, again, especially not as it says 13 on that little coin hanging off the belt. But I do like the hint of the green in the eyes and the sort of green smoke coming out the hand. I think works really well. The sort of raggedy nature of the smock and the branches around the top gives that essence of the ride and dark forest. So not too bad, but could be better. And we have Octonauts. I don't know what I was thinking asking it to do Octonauts. Of course it's going to take the Octonaut branding and style of the characters and create something very accurate, but also I just wish it had a quirk and something different to it. But again, it looks fun and childlike and it's not weirdly muscly, which just wouldn't be right for a kid's character either. But also he looks like a slightly angry baby Chewbacca. So not too bad. And we have again, another favourite, Runaway Mine Train. This one is awesome. He just looks friendly. He's holding a ladder, which then also becomes track over his other shoulder. Again, doesn't need to say Runaway Mine Train because I think you'd get what this was for. But I do love the fact that his hips / belt / whatever that's meant to be around his middle is a mine train cart. I love that literally part of the ride vehicle is part of his outfit. I just think this one's great. The colouring, the textures, everything. I think this one really works. And we have also got Toxicator. Now, Toxicator's okay, but has the widest legs of any character that I've ever seen. I love the black and the green. I think that works really well. And the breathing apparatus with the toxic waste hazardous symbols I think works really, really well. Not a fan of the head. I think it's a little bit too sinister for me and a little bit too Voldemort-esque. But I could imagine actors in scare mazes wearing this kind of apparatus. I think that would work really well for a Toxicator themed scare maze. So again, not amazing in my opinion, but someone else who is only okay in my opinion is Hex. So this is very much themed over the Earl, and in terms of that I think they've captured the Earl really, really well. But this is missing any hint relating to the chained oak. There's no chains, there's no branches, there's nothing, and it pointlessly says Hex across his frontage as well, which I think is completely unnecessary. I think that if his walking stick or his staff was a twisty old branch or something, I think that would just give that hint of the legend of the oak in chains, and I think that would work a lot better. But again, the Earl looks great, but in terms of Hex itself, not amazing. I also asked AI to show me the curse at Alton Manor as a person or a character, and again, I think this one is really good. She totally doesn't need, again, the name of the ride on her frontage, but I love the fact that there's a bow in the hair. I wouldn't say the veil works. I feel like it's borrowing the veil maybe a little bit from Phantom Manor at Disneyland, but I really like the style of the dress and the fact she's holding a candle, the sort of deadly zombie-like eyes. I just think it looks really good. So for the most part, I really like this one, and the sort of dark colouring and then the beige background. Yeah, I'm pretty happy here. And last but by no means least is Nemesis Reborn. So why does Nemesis Reborn look like a dragon man? Very, very muscly, which I think works a bit better for a sort of monster type character. But I'm kind of disappointed that the head didn't have one massive eye, like the eye of the theming in the park. I do like the red and the black. Doesn't need to say Nemesis Reborn over the front, but again, I don't know if it would be hugely... I think it would be obvious which ride this was meant to be, but the red and the black looks good. I just don't think I love it as a sort of dragon man. Don't really know why it did that, but there you go. So let me know what you think of the characters. Do you think AI did a good job? Were you surprised with any of the theming? Some of them, like I said, I was very impressed by. Others, I thought, what's going on here? But yeah, let me know what you thought. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed having a look at these AI characters. I definitely want to have a go at this again at some point in the future, maybe for Thorpe Park rides or Europa Park even. That would be awesome. Had lots of fun having a go with this. Again, I don't want to make a habit of using AI too much in my videos, but no judgment at all if you do. And yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching / listening, and I'll see you next time.